So the author said, may Allah have mercy upon him. Fasl, section. وَمِن مَعَاصِي الْأُذُنِ, and amongst the sins of the ear is الاستماع إلى كلام قوم أخفوه عنه, listening to talk of some people who hid it from him. Listening to the talk of some people who hid their talk from him, like being a spy, eavesdropping. That's haram. So got some people out here shooting off fireworks, so I hope it's not too distracting. وَإِلَى الْمِزْمَارِ وَالطُّنْبُورِ, and listening to the pipe and the tumbur. The pipe, that's like a flute, the clarinet, and the like. That includes all the wind instruments. Those are haram. And at-tumbur, that's a stringed instrument. It's a type of guitar. The guitar and the likes of that, those stringed instruments. So what's that like that? Like the violin, that's a stringed instrument. The piano, that's a stringed instrument. Saxophone, that's a wind instrument. Wind instruments and string instruments is what's haram. And what makes them haram is that they cause tarab. The rule is any instrument that causes tarab, that's euphoria, without being mixed with another instrument. Any instrument that can make tarab, euphoria, without being mixed with another instrument, then that's haram. So if the tarab is missing, the euphoria, if that's missing, if this instrument doesn't do that, then it's not haram. Like what? Like a coach whistle. The coach whistle doesn't give you tarab. The coach whistle gives you inzi'aj. It's annoying, it bothers you. And what's like that also, the bugle. The bugle, it's a horn. But this one is not haram because it's not enchanting. It's annoying. The percussion instruments, those are drums, instruments that you strike them. Those are not haram except one type of drum that's called tuba. This drum is thin in the middle and wide at the top and at the bottom, and it's covered from both sides. This one is haram. And other than that, that's not haram, as long as it doesn't make tarab by itself. As long as it's not something that causes tarab by itself. So here's a question. What about the drum machine that imitates the instruments? So those sounds, those imitation sounds, well, we learned that they're not haram, but some of them, the sheikh did not approve them. I heard of one case that the sheikh didn't approve of an electronic sound, which was an imitation oud. Oud, which is, it's like an Arab guitar. Other imitation sounds, and this was years ago, so the technology could have improved, Allahu A'lam. Other imitation sounds, the sheikh approved them. Just this one, he didn't approve. Also, what's not haram to listen to? A woman's voice. Even if it causes tarab. It's not haram to listen to the woman's voice, even if it causes tarab. وَهُوَ آلَةٌ تُشْبِهُ الْعُودِ. The tumbur, that's an instrument that resembles the oud. It's a sort of guitar. وَسَائِرِ الْأَصْوَاتِ الْمُحَرَّمَةِ. And it is forbidden to listen to all the other forbidden sounds. The forbidden sounds, which are the sounds of the wind and string instruments. وَكَالِاسْتِمَاعِ إِلَى الْغِيبَةِ. And like listening to gossip. So that's the one on the receiving end, not the one who's gossiping with his own tongue, but the one who's listening to that, that's haram. You have to speak up against that. You have to tell that gossiper to stop. You're not allowed to listen to that. Or you leave the session if you're able to. One namima, and the one who listens to namima, he listens to the tale bearing, going back and forth between people to cause trouble between them. وَنَحْوِهِمَا, and the likes of those. بِخِلَافِ مَا إِذَا دَخَلَ عَلَيْهِ السَّمَاعُ قَهْرًا وَكَرِهَ. As opposed to when the hearing that which is haram to listen to, comes upon him unwillingly. Qahran, yani he cannot stop himself from hearing it. Qahr means domination or subjugation or controlling. So it means that which is haram to listen to came upon his ears, and there was nothing he could do to not hear it. وَكَرِهَ, and he disliked that with that condition. Then he won't be sinful. He couldn't get out of hearing it, and he didn't like it. Then he's not sinful. وَلَزِمَهُ الْإِنْكَارُ إِنْ قَدَرْ, and binding on one, yani obligatory on one, is al-inkar, objecting, in qadar, if able to do so. Subhanallah. Being silent is not the way of the Prophet ﷺ in such cases, or the way of the Muslims. I'll remind myself and I remind you about that.